I want to play this video for you with what Chris Murphy had to say. Then I'm going to play one other one, and then we're going to go into the subject with Norman because I think they're apropos. So let's go ahead and get busy and play that video.
Chris Murphy of Connecticut took to the Senate floor and said this.
Mr. President, I understand that my Republican colleagues have very strong views on issues related to abortion. But I listened to my Republican colleagues come down here one after another today and talk about the sanctity of life at the very moment that moms and dads in Michigan were being told that their kids weren't coming home because they were shot at school due to a country that has accepted gun violence due to Republicans' fealty to the gun lobby. Do not lecture us about the sanctity, the importance of life, when 100 people every single day are losing their lives to guns, when kids go to school fearful that they won't return home because a classmate will turn a gun on them, when it is in our control whether this happens. You care about life? Then get these dangerous military-style weapons off the streets, out of our schools. You care about life? Make sure that criminals don't get guns by making sure that everybody goes through a background check in this country. We're not unlucky. This is purposeful. This is a choice made by the United States Senate to sit on our hands and do nothing while kids die.
It's terrifying to me that this generation of kids goes to school expecting that a shooting will happen at the place where they learn. And it is, of course, a choice that we're making because there's no other country in the high-income world that experiences this rate of gun violence. And it's not that the United States has any more mental illness than other countries. It's not that the United States spends any less money on law enforcement than those other countries. The difference is that the ease of access here in the United States to these high-powered weapons is just absolutely differentiating from every other nation that we do business with. These broken brains in other countries may end up in a fist fight, maybe in the worst case, someone getting stabbed. But here in the United States, it ends up with dozens of people getting killed in places like Sandy Hook and others across the country. So we make a choice to populate this country with wildly powerful guns that are designed to kill as many people as quickly as possible. And we get the policy that we have chosen to live with. That is 100 people every single day dying from guns. I mean, it's really stunning how cavalier Republicans are with life after birth. It's not just the way they accept the carnage that exists in this country due to gun violence. It's also the way in which they just wave a hand to 700,000 people that have died from COVID, how they're fighting measures designed to save people's lives in this pandemic. They care a whole lot about the unborn. But once you're born, there doesn't seem to be a lot of concern for the livelihood of individuals who are on this planet with us. And so, whether we adopt their phraseology or not, I don't know. But I think more people need to do what I did last week, which was call them out on this pretty incredible hypocrisy.
Call them out on this pretty incredible hypocrisy. Pretty incredible hypocrisy. Here's the thing, folks. It is so important for us to understand what's happening. And one of the problems that Democrats have is they generally don't fight the fight appropriately. You know, there are a lot of good Republicans out there that are fooled because the politicians are catering a message that has no pushback. And when we push back, we can make a difference. You know, it's like the pro-life. Always make sure and say, wait a minute, you don't want to provide help to a family so that they can live well? You don't want to help that family? You need to, as soon as they hit you are taxing and spending, ask them, what would you prefer to cut from these families? What would you prefer to do to these children? Do you prefer giving those tax cuts to those wealthy people who don't need anything more? Do you want to take the food out of the mouth of those? You have to cater the argument. But you know what the problem is? There are many Democrats who just want to go so far because they think if they ever bite the bullet and become a humane society, you can't have the wealthy that you have today. Because remember, the wealthy grows on the back of the poor. The wealthy grows on all our backs. The wealthy are secret enslavers. But we have to understand how it works. When I say this, some people, oh, that's exploitative. Oh, that is beyond the curve. No, it's not. It is fact-based. The numbers show it, but we have not learned how to accept it. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number 1, subscribe to our channel, and number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.